Hello and welcome everybody to my casting of this game between 14 beers at Chili's and Peen Gaming. Sounds like Peen Gaming, but not quite that level yet. This is just gonna be me casting this game, doing it a little bit faster in the draft because I'm not really a good player. I'm not gonna claim to be. So most of these bans are gonna be targeted at certain people. I know Woe. But at Peen Gaming, he plays a really mean warlock. That's why they banned that. The other side bans Bristleback and Invoker. I don't know if they have a particular Invoker spammer, but maybe there is that. So we're gonna go through this draft rather quick. First pick Caudle. Caudle, very, very strong opener. And we'll see how Peen Gaming is gonna respond. They respond by getting a Lion, strong 5 support, a lot of burst damage, a lot of gank potential. He just blows people up.
Welcome back to the war. Is it everything?
And the Zeus. Zeus might be mid. Could also be a position 4, Tree and Protector. I like that hero a lot. You get Invis, you force the enemy to buy sentries, but the enemy already got a Zeus, so I don't know how effective it's gonna be. We're gonna see the bans of Faceless Void and Alchemist, both very strong core heroes, especially in this league because they farm rather reliably.
10 seconds.
And getting farm reliably is, especially in a little bit lower skilled matches, is very, very good. Last ban, Lifestealer and CK. I would say the same reasoning.
Radiant.
These two teams both are now in their playoffs, so we'll see who gets to move on. Average Peen together with his Eternal Peen, Elf, Code and Woe against Warsaw with his team of Slinky, Waffs, Cement and Big Titty Bow.
5 seconds left.
And not to confuse me with Big Titty Gardevoir, that's another Big Titty. We see, I'm just gonna pause real quick what we've seen so far. We've seen Dire getting Juggernaut and Beastmaster, both strong lanes. Meanwhile, on the Radiant side, we have Tidehunter, and we'll see what's gonna be the fourth pick of this city. Spectre. They want to ensure their late game. Spectre is all about late game. If you can get to that timing, there are very few heroes that can challenge her in that.
Radiant pick.
And Viper ban, very good ban because Spectre is negated by Viper entirely. That break pretty much would force her to buy a BKB. Viper, very good counter to Spectre. Yeah. Ember Spirit, last pick for 14 beers. 14 beers at Chili's. What's gonna be the last pick for average Peen's team? We will see. 1 minute left of reserve time. I don't know what the players really are comfortable on. For that, I would say they need to make. Oh, they go with Zeus. No, it's Zeus support, Lion support, Beastmaster off lane, and Slark mid, and Juggernaut safe lane, or vice versa. Interesting. They try to get with Slark to have a matchup against Spectre, because the longer the fight goes, the more Spectre likes that. But the same could be said for Slark. Very nice cosmetic on Big Titty Bow on the tree end. I approve very much. Cosmetics, most important part. This Beastmaster, not approving as much, if you know what I mean. I will go to normal speed as soon as we enter into the game. While I love drafting, I am not very smart about it. Okay, we go to normal speed and let's hide this. I don't want to know how close we are to the end. And we start with a pause. Of course we start with a pause. What else could we be starting with? Direct the camera? Hell no, I direct the camera myself, please. Oh yes, this feels good. Game stats, we are going not to nerf with last hits and denies. Somebody tried to unpause without asking. Ooh, that's a yikes.
Prepare for a lesson.
So we see Beastmaster already going for Hawk and
Prepare
Boar,
for a lesson.
preferring that
that's
for like
very
over the
nice.
axis for early harassment. So it is gonna be Slark mid against Ember Spirit mid. I would say, depending on like stats, I would say that might be a little bit favored for Ember Spirit, but again, I'm not an experienced mid player. So we will see how it continues. Starting item builds, very nice. Treant Protector, Orb of Venom, very strong. You can hit those people with your 91 base damage. 91! And having a no sentry ward, and you can just eat it with the tango, the opponent's sentry ward. Woe comes prepared with its own sentry ward and the tango and the fairy fire for that outplaying potential. Nice, 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 nice. L just having an observer ward, nothing more. Slinky is going into that soul ring with a wand, already having the gauntlets of strength. I don't know how I feel about this. I would prefer to see a stout shield, but he plays in the playoffs. I don't, so I guess who am I to judge? We will see how this goes. We see some beautiful drawing by Woe. He says this area, that's the opponent's safe lane. Very right. Woe, a player I have played in my first season in Ld2l. I very much appreciate him. I think he's a fantastic position 5 player, always a player that looks to improve, and he gains a lot of MMR. He's always every time I see in my feed somebody like getting to a higher level, it's always Woe, always grinding those points, always grinding that ladder. We'll see when this game is gonna continue. Slink is already asking for draft penalty, but the draft is already over. Somebody wants news. I can send them. I'm not sure if you would appreciate them. Trust me.
To our advantage.
Average Peen already saying he cannot be here for 3 games, so that just means you have to win 2-0. I mean, I assume it's because he has to play his Ld2l team, which, fun fact, I have a scrim with him today. Two people can't have stand-ins, they're discussing about rules. Always fascinating to listen to in a cast. For that I will just like go a little bit faster. We will see when we get to there we are in the game. Are you all excited? I am. I didn't really look who won, so I am excited. Depending on the draft, I would favor Radiant just a tiny bit. Spectre is very strong, but it all depends on how this mid matchup with Slark is going. If he is able to just start really strong, that would be fantastic for his team. Big Titty Bow already going into the jungle, already being like boo. As his or her name is Bo Boo. That was meant as a joke.
30 seconds to showtime!
Woe and Slinky saying hi to each other. Woe being like, hey, let me hit you on the back. Oh, maybe not. Just looking at each other. Both of them not taunting. I feel like that's underused. Highly underused. You should just... and we see in terms of vision, they know where each other are. They know where the other person is. And there might be a fight for nice stun by Woe. That's what I'm talking about. He is always about those plays. He learns how to do it. And the spin for a little bit more damage into Slinky. He's getting his own rune. A little bit surprised that the Treant didn't come down. You can just punch this little line and then just continue punching him with your Orb of Venom. What is he gonna do? Right click you. He has 50 damage, you have 90. But he keeps good vision on this lion. Meanwhile, mid, we already see the fight for last hits going on. 2-0 for... Ooh, and there's the first blood on lion. I caught it just in the last... Like I said, as Treant, just punch those supports. Just punch the supports like lions. He has... What is he gonna do? He's gonna stun you and then... just gonna punch him again. That's right. Good old punch and punch. And whoa, but I'm sure whoa is gonna figure something out to redeem this fact. It's just gonna hide in this fact. Oh, putting down the sentry ward, very good, very good. Just putting out some harass. Seems to be a lot of fighting going on in every lane. 2 observer wards both mids. They don't wanna have like uncertainty about what is on the enemy high ground and where the enemy hero is. And there's ooh, and that's a really important D-ward for the Radiant fight. They were able to D-ward the enemy's sentry ward, but Slinky dies against D3 code on the Juggernaut. Just simple spin into kills, spin into blade dance crits. That's how you do it as Juggernaut. Just spin and kill him. Meanwhile, both of the bot lane farmers are getting a lot of CS. We see Spectre with already 13 CS. Wolf's having a good time. I've seen this guy carry on Lifestealer. Is he gonna be able to carry on Spectre as well? So far, it seems. Oh, and I missed a kill in mid between Warsaw and Eternal Peen, and Warsaw coming out ahead, having no mana now, but he has the salve. He's pushing all of his creeps into the under the tower. Very well played by Warsaw, and he's getting the rune pretty much. Have no harass, and he's now half a level ahead. That's for the mid lane. That's a huge deal. And he's getting the creep whip under his tower now, so Eternal Peen cannot do any harass. This lane so far, it seems to go really well for Emperor Spirit, as well as the Spectre is doing fine. It's gonna a little bit worrisome for me, a little bit worrisome, not gonna lie. But this Slark with early levels, he can do a lot. If he is able to get some rotations off, that's gonna be a world of hurt. And Treant just punching lions. Yeah, big fan of the skill build 1-2. It's a lot of harass. And Slinky once says, "Hey, I want to kill. I like kills. Kills are fun." But not getting it. Very close, very close. DD top. Both players see it, and Warsaw, he's most likely gonna get it, since he has his flame guard up and Eternal Peen is already. He is a bit on the back burner. And we see here fight between Caudle and Zeus. Just trading some right clicks. But the Spectre is pretty much having free farm. 24 last hits at 5 minutes. Very respectable. Very respectable. I kind of expect that the average Peen is there's gonna be happening something very soon here, with Boar and the Zeus burst. They're gonna try to contest here the 5-minute runes that are coming up. It seems to be that they're going 2 and 2 with both of the top. Oh, actually, Bo is not gonna be able to get the root off on the Juggernaut. Meanwhile, I missed a kill mid. I don't know. How did that happen? I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious. I'm sorry if it breaks anything. We
Rune
saw
of double
the quite
damage.
popping of DD. And yeah, Eternal Peen, he still doesn't have his ultimate, so he has to be careful. He still has a salve, so I'm surprised he apparently died. Nice last hit with the slide. And we'll see how this goes. Oh, Ember Spirit is gonna hit 6 in 1 or 2 last hits. Yeah, one more last hit and he's gonna hit 6. And he knows that. He very clearly knows this. And he's gonna be ready to pounce on this slug. Yeah, level 6, getting his Fire Remnant, 5 minutes. Missing the chains, but he's just pushing. No, he didn't miss the chains, and he simply Fire Remnant under it. And now here, the Coddle might die. Average P. Nice dagger to slow Beastmaster down. Very nice. Very well played by Boss, saving his position 5 support and getting some mana back in return. So far, this game is going very well in Radiant's favor. This offlane has been quite strong in disrupting Juggernaut's farm. Slinky can just play pretty aggressive, knowing that Woe has always to be careful about the... And there is another sentry denied by Big Titty Bow. Very well played. Very well played. And now we see Warsaw being level 7.5, Slug only being level 5. That's not what you want to see from your mid lane. But they go on this. They go on the Spectre, seeing if they can. Ooh, missing the dagger, very close. And the Blinding Light pushing, trying to do the damage to lower average Peen a little bit more. This is the moment where I'd say, let's just shrine. Yeah, that seems exactly what they're doing. And Warsaw is having a really good game so far. Sitting top at net worth, only overtaken by his Spectre, who is going for second pair of Wraith Band, or no, first pair of Wraith Band plus face boots.
Denied.
And we see here top, they just continue to bully this Juggernaut. Nice spin, nice stun, and this is gonna be... No, he doesn't have boots, Slinky has boots, and that's how he got away. Is it gonna be a kill? Is this gonna be a kill on Juggernaut? No, they kill the Tidehunter. Nice salve from the Juggernaut. And do they have detection? They don't have detection. They don't have any more detection. So Big Titty Bow, not Gardevoir. I'm sorry. Big Titty Bow just walking away, just looking at people. But 1 permanent damage for Eternal Peen. Very well, very desperately needed. And Big Titty is just gonna root again, and Juggernaut has to spin away. He still has his healing ward, so he should be fine. He's now a little bit low on mana, and he has to be careful with his cooldown on spin. They tried to go on this Coddle, but missed the axis. Spectral Dagger on the Zeus. Not much to come there. Meanwhile, Warsaw having a really good game, going into drums. Eternal Peen is gonna play catch-ups, going for face boots. And he is saying, hey, Warsaw just went this direction, careful guys. And his team is backing up. The question is was it soon enough? Was it soon enough, Warsaw? And he is getting the Zeus. The Zeus, is Beastmaster also gonna die? That's the question now. It doesn't look like it. Warsaw diving a little bit under the tower. And Spectre going into mid. Ooh, actually this might be a kill for Eternal Peen. This is not good. And was just making it away. Very close call there. Very close. I would have preferred the Spectre after the kill to just stay in lane here and continue farming, because there very clearly is not a lot of threat going. Average Peen is still level 5, the same as Zeus. Although as Coddle you have to be a little bit careful. They do deal some damage with Zeus first.
Denied.
But they prioritize having him a little bit of farm so he can his wand and 4 staff. And just continuing giving out mana and cooldown reduction to the Spectre. Zeus just being an annoying little dwarf, bolting everybody. I would prefer to go at least 1 point in Q to like spam even more on the enemy carry, if you know what I mean. But that's, I think, personal preference. And we see the fight for the 10-minute runes so far. Dire's team has been very good about those runes, and I believe those are the reason why they are only 2k behind and only 1k now. They are getting all 4 runes. Woe was there before, and he got all both runes top. They got both runes bottom. That's a lot of net worth. And this might be a kill. Is this a kill? Big Titty doesn't have any more mana, but Warstar is here. Is Slug? Slug is gonna get some permanent agility, which is really nice for him. I don't think you want to continue to trade it as yep. He sees that. Well, you see those flame guards hurt. Flames are bad, as we know in all MMOs. Spectral daggers onto Zeus, just a little bit of harass, long range axes. Still 10 minutes in, and the offlaner of the Dire side still doesn't have level 6. This is not ideal, I would say. Not ideal for the Dire side. And also seems like both of their safe lanes kinda lost, and mid I would say was even, but then Warsaw got these 2 kills and then a kill on the side lane, plus then this kill on the Lion, which very much helped him progress in this game. Let's check out at the net worth. Yeah, we see Warsaw being top of net worth, just bullying this Slark out of lane. This game, I think, has to be now a lot of catching up for the Dire side, and we see another root on the Juggernaut, but he's just gonna spin it up. I would like to have at least 1 point in living armor. It's a very good ability. Very good. It's also just to heal up your towers. Trust me, you don't want to lose any towers. But so far it doesn't look like they're really losing towers. They're pretty much getting bullied on every lane. Bottom is going the best, so I believe it should be on this Zeus and Beastmaster, maybe with the Lion, to make something happen here. Oh, offensive chakra magic making Zeus lose his mana even more.
Deceptive rune of
And
invisibility.
an invisibility rune on Warsaw. Eternal Peen just denied his mid tower, but he is getting stalked by this Ember Spirit. Did he just realize that? I don't know. Maybe he just walked back and forth. But he knows his passive is off, so he knows he is being seen the entire time. And we will see what will happen here. And Warsaw calling for backup, and this is gonna be... What, the pound's not so close. If that pound had landed over here, that could have been completely different. Ooh, and the tip, offensive tip. That's what we're all about, baby. Toxicity. We all want it, we all need it, and yet we all hate it. Just like all of my relationships. And this, the ult from Coddle, trying to get the Juggernaut, ult from Tree, and they really want to get this nice blinding light, getting the Juggernaut back into the Will-O-Wisp, and they're getting Juggernaut as well. Radiant doing all the right moves, and that is with a Spectre that is going for late game. That is going for a Diffusal build, surprisingly enough, not going for a Radiance, even though with the start she had, I would absolutely not fault her for that, but she already picked up one Blade of Alacrity. Going for this Diffusal build to fight even earlier. They know they are at a strong timing, and they just want to keep going. They don't want to give Dire any time to recover in this game. Eternal Peen, he's also going for Diffusal. This can be a pretty big game changer, but they all need some farm. Zeus is level 6 now, so the global presence is definitely ready. In terms of levels, they all seem to be behind. Yeah, we see their
top tower has fallen.
The only one of Dire heroes is before 4 of Radiant's heroes. This is...
Be ensnared
It's going rough, to say the least. To say the least, this is rough. And Warsaw just continues to play around them, dodging the Thunder Strike with his Slide of Fist. They get 1 kill on the Cuddle, which is nice. And it's a lot of XP killing these high level heroes. This is a lot of EXP. This should not be happening. This is a throw right now by Radiant. This was not good. But hey, I've been there. I've done it for too many times. Well, let's move on. And this is also... This was for Dire the moment to get runes. They should get at least 2 or 3 runes. And this could get them back into the game even more. But Spectre got both. We see Warsaw fighting with Zeus. Zeus not having much chance here. Eternal Peen. I don't know if you want to fight into this. You can leash him, but there's not gonna be much happening there. And there's Slide of Chain, and he could just TP out. I mean, or just walk away. Walk away is also okay. It works. And TP on the Juggernaut. Was a little bit worried. It was a little bit of a late TP, but they just continue farming. I like the wards of the Dire. They have like the river ward that they see Warsaw is coming into their jungle. Knowing that Warsaw is top, they play bottom. This is the right move. They trying to apply pressure to this Spectre. They should just roar her. I do believe they would have enough bursts. Roar into ultimates. And there's the roar, and do we have... And the finger, give her the finger, and that's the finger on the Spectre! But what's Warsaw? It's gonna Warsaw on the Empress Bridge is gonna clean it up. Is Juggernaut coming in a little bit late? I still believe that was worth it. Killing the Spectre with your offlaner and your support, absolutely worth it. You could have maybe just gone earlier with the roar, but this is not. This is a dangerous fight for Dire. Juggernaut just trying to get out to spin in 1 second. He's spinning away. There's gonna be another Slide of Fist, and he's dead. Slark coming a little bit too late to the party. He has his diffuse a bit late now. Now the question is, can they do stuff with it? But they're creating kills. That's I like this play from Dire. They're not just trying to farm in areas that they can. They are trying to create kills, and I completely agree. With Big Titty Bow, you're destroying trees. That's just rude. But think about it. All of these trees got destroyed by your team's Coddle. So I'm not sure if you're saying that Beastmaster is rude, because I believe Coddle has done a little bit more for climate, against climate change than this Beastmaster so far. But still rude, I understand. It's still keeping vision on both of them. I think one of them should just farm the jungle just so that they don't know where everybody is. But they're trying to turn this into a push. They're trying to take tier 2 for tier 1. I like this play. You are behind. Just get any gold that you can and turn that into items that help you win the game. A Lion, it's a hard hero to play when you're behind. It's a hard hero to play. And here they Big Titty Bow got seen, got all his mana stone, and he dies. But Warsaw showed up now. I believe this is just average Peen being dead, and Eternal Peen should just... they're a team. They go in or they go out together. There's no... Well, or at least Eternal Peen sees it that way, and average Peen is just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. But Eternal Peen getting the kill on Warsaw. 1,200 gold. That is so much gold on this Slark. That can help them in the game. This death, that's a very costly death. And the tip again. Always fan of that toxicity. Not a Viper though. Ooh. Slink is saying that is toxic. I agree, but aren't we all here because of it? Because we crave it. We crave this truck that is called Dota. their guts into our veins and destroys us slowly from the inside until we are nothing but a shell of our former self, having lost all hopes and dreams just to get some illusionary MMR points. Isn't that what we all are? Anyways,
tower is under attack.
Slink is saying, hey, anybody wanna push out mid? Here, this is a tower that needs to be helped, tree and protector. Already putting down
Radiant's bottom
that
tower's
healing.
still there.
Nice.
Not for long.
Warsaw having Maelstrom now. He is still top of net level. Actually not anymore. Slark getting back into this game. Having Diffusal, going BKB next. Big fan of it, big fan. BKB, if you are having trouble in your fight, get a BKB, of course. Mostly a support player here, but if you're having trouble in the fight, get a BKB. DD on Warsaw, I believe this is just a dead Beastmaster and a dead Lion. Yeah, you can't really fight this. Diffusal Blade on Spectre, going into Yasha, Manta. It's rough. This global lineup, both have some global, but Spectre and Ember, they are just anywhere at any time. It's a rough game. It's a rough game if you don't have your own survivability item. Or spin like Juggernaut. Spin to win. Eternal Peen pushing out mid. Tidehunter saying, hey, I wanna go on this. And Warsaw making the pincer move. Are they gonna get him? And he just uses his ult and gets out. I like this move. They call everybody in mid. If they can get a stun. And the Ravage hitting on 3, followed up by Will-O-Wisp, and that supports. You can't fight this anymore. Eternal Peen is getting caught out as well. Beautiful Ravage into triple kill from Warsaw. Average Peen coming in too late, getting his roar off, but he is surrounded by 5 kills. Ultra kill on Warsaw. This Ember Spirit having one heck of a game. 16-1 and 2. He wants kills, he wants farm, he wants your girlfriend and their mother at the same time.
His middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Did I mention that this cast should not be listened to by kids? Don't listen to it with your kids. Please don't.
Dire's middle tower is under
Those poor
attack.
kids.
Middle tower has fallen.
Big Titty Bo just being like, what tower can I heal? That's right, mid tower. Mid tower, most important tower. And they're going up mid, getting the root on the Lion. Is Lion might be just dead. And is he's getting the stun off. And Warsaw again over. Oh, Lion still dies. Oh, the life of a support. I've been there. But the kill on Ember Spirit, totally worth it. 100% worth it. Warsaw feeling a little bit too good of himself, but hey, you have a game 16-2. You're popping off. You want to see yourself. You want to see yourself getting kills. You want to get those rampages. Yeah, I did not say one. I said multiple rampages. And Eternal Peen, literally the hope of his team, having his BKB, using it, but Bo immediately using his ultimate and negating this BKB pretty much, and can't go for this tree end, but they still get the roar onto Spectre. If they're getting, then they get the Spectre kill as well. They're getting Coddle and the Spectre. Whew, this game, a lot of back and forth. I might be calling a little bit too early when how fights are going, but Eternal Peen creating a lot for his team. Now going into Shadow Blade, wanting to move around the map even more. Zeus just died. It's a rough game. Warsaw on his Ember Spirit is just gonna find you everywhere. He's going into his BKB. He might have it now. Yeah, yep, he has his BKB. Ooh. But Woe says, hey, I wanna kill this. Yes, Hex, get some mana, stun, and do they have enough? They have enough damage. Warsaw dead again. Nice patience by Woe. Perfect chain locking into leash. Well played. Well played. Oh, and the tipping on Warsaw. They know it. They just killed him twice. And he is not gonna be feeling so good about himself. And blink away from Slinky. He has a flat as well. How is Spectre? we see, also we see Treant going for a Yules, not a Meteor Hammer, as we would usually see. And Spectre having the Fusel Blade, Yasha, very, very comfortable. And Haunt getting the Beastmaster, going for the Zeus, well played. They killed Slinky with Eternal Peen, but they got 2 kills in return. Waffs, if he can make it out of here, he's gonna be feeling really good about himself. Still trying to find him, but he can't really follow Spectre. And Eternal Peen, is he stuck here? He might be stuck here. Yeah, ooh, TPing back to base. He doesn't have mana, so I can understand why, but I'm not very sure if that was the 100% the play there. Runes are up. You should try to get... Whoa, just try to get those bottom. Warsaw. Ooh, nice ultimate by Bo. Seeing the range and just stopping that TP of Juggernaut. Omni Slash, not gonna... Oh, nearly killing. Is he gonna kill? Oh, so close on killing the Treant. Nice try from... Ooh, and there the tree has been fallen by the axes. That's some chopping down. Boop, boop, boop. That was a really weird sound. I apologize to everyone who listened to that. Nice hex onto the Ember Spirit, and he's dead. They still have a lot of burst. Radiant needs to respect the burst that Dire has. The hex of Lion is always gonna be dangerous, especially for an Ember Spirit with a BKB. If you don't get the BKB off, you're in pretty dire situations against Dire. Some more tree cutting. And Slinky TPing out. Not TPing, blinking out. Nice blink. Oh, and question marking. Being like, yo guys. Really, you didn't catch me? What kind of bad players are you? BM is some of the best. But as long as you're not on the receiving end of it, I mean, it feels terrible to be on the receiving end. Eternal Peen having a Shadow Blade now, being at top of net worth chart. It's a really close game, only 3k in advance, but I would still favor, in late game, I would still favor the Spectre lineup. Although, I have to say, going into Shadow Blade against Spectre and into Silver Edge, really good idea in order to deal with her. If you can break her and just burst her down, and we saw Dire has a lot of burst. They are still able to burst nearly everybody down, and Eternal Peen wants to make these kills happen. And another lash, and the finger, and he's dead. Nice, nice. Well done by Eternal Peen. He wants more, he sees those people. But another great ultimate from Big Titty Bo, trying to get everybody out. Good ultimate, good ultimate. Also dispelling that dust. And seeing the Juggernaut, seeing that his trees are getting cut off. So I had to drink some there. This is it's a spicy game so far, and there's a sentry ward with which they saw the tree and just for a tiny second, and the Zeus. So you have to be careful around that. Warsaw has been going off, but now the push of Beastmaster with the Hawk, with the Zeus that's scouting everybody out, you have to be careful. Warsaw, in the meanwhile, pushing out top. And they have to react to this. Will-O-Wisp not catching Beastmaster very close. They did catch Zeus with the Yule Scepter by the Treant. Nice kill. They got at least something out of it. But Eternal Peen, he has a haste rune. He wants to make something happen. So far, he has been the star player of his team, making these kills happen. Being at top of net worth despite the pretty rough laning phase. And we'll see what's gonna happen next. And a smoke from the Radiant side. I do feel you wouldn't really need the Spectre in this smoke because you can just haunt, but they want to save that haunt, and they see the Juggernaut. Juggernaut needs to TP out, but I believe it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Actually, just TP'd. Oh, TP is still on cooldown. Yeah, he just Omni Slashed and just trying to get away, but TP still on cooldown, not really much you can do. Eternal Peen coming a little bit too late. But he still wants to make something happen. He knows he's strong, he knows he can make those kills happen. Meanwhile, Beastmaster going for his Necro and now into Medallion, just keeping that split push going. Zeus going for a Ewel's and an Aghanims, depending on what is needed more in this current situation.
Dire's top tower is
And whoa, most likely still living there. Oh, he has actually a blink. Nice, nice, nice. Blink on Lion can turn the game around. This instant hex can do so much if you can get it. And they're saying, hey, we shouldn't really push here. This slug is scary. This slug is very scary. And they got both bounty runes bottom. Actually, who got those bounty runes? I thought, yeah, it was Beastmaster, but now Beastmaster's top, so... Spectre already left them, they shouldn't fight anymore, they had to use Will-O-Wisp, but I think that's okay, like, just... whatever. It's a support ultimate, it's important, but not that important. Waffs going for the heart next, having the Manta. It's gonna be able to Manta off quite a few debuffs. But they still have so much burst. Dire has so much burst. They can turn this game around. It's 2k in advantage of Radiant, but Dire can turn this game around. I like this ward from Dire. It hasn't been scouted. Well, it has been attacked once, so it should have been scouted. But if they can have that ward around. Oh, and insta hex on the Ember Spirit. Are they able? No, he's just gonna remnant off. I do believe they could have tried to maybe roar, 4-second duration roar. They might have had enough damage to kill him, but maybe not wanting to go for it, thinking they don't have enough quite yet. Woe going for a Force Staff next, trying to help out his teammates. Very, very good against all the roots that Treant Protector is providing. Buffs having now a Reaver, is getting at 2.5k health. This Spectre is getting scary. Warsaw going for Shiva Scott next.
Haste.
Warsaw has fallen quite a bit off. It was 16-2, but now only 18-4. Has only gotten 2 more kills in the last 5 to 10 minutes. The game has slowed down. Both teams are aware that there's... Oh, and they're going in on Beastmaster. Beastmaster popping his Necro 3. And DKB on the Ember Spirit, plus the Haunt. Juggernaut dealing a lot of damage to this Ember Spirit, but not quite enough. Haunt killing all the supports. Meanwhile, Juggernaut and Slug cleaning up the supports of the Radiant side. Ooh, that was really close for the Ember Spirit. Well played with the remnant out of the Omni Slash from Juggernaut. But Eternal Peen, he's feeling strong. He has stolen stacks. He wants to fight. He wants to fight those people. He also has a Silver Edge now, so if they coordinate together on their burst, they can kill this Spectre very fast. Wafts might feel very tanky and very strong, but this burst can be a lot. Even with the heart. So far, still the game for sure being in Radiant's favor, but we see Dire fighting back. They don't want to give up this game just for nothing. They know this is playoff time. This is the time to shine. This is the time to show people what you're made of. And Eternal Peen definitely have shown that after recovering after a pretty harsh laning phase. And we see Spectre together with Treant. He's immediately going on the Treant. Treant needing to go in this. Woe here, not putting down a sentry yet. The stun, cancelling out 3 heroes, and that stun. Ooh, Eternal Peen having his BKB, having to run out, using his ultimate, but they still want to go. They of course see him. The Dark Shadow is quite obvious. Nice attempt of jumping over the wall, but not quite. They get coddle, so at least one thing. That's at least something. Average P in recognizing that fight was lost, just going for a different gank. And pushing with his Necro 3 and his boar pushing out mid. But they have to defend this. I do believe Slark has to buy back here. They need to defend this tower. Slark buying back. Is this going to deter Radiant from continue fighting? It doesn't seem like it. They are going to continue to focus on range tracks. They want permanent damage. And Silver had hit on the Spectre, and there we see half health. But the Ravage catching out everybody. Eternal Peen doesn't have his BKB for 5 seconds. Omni Slash pretty much negated by all the creeps. Ooh, and Radiant is just gonna say, yo guys, we good. And just gonna, this was a 5-on-3 fight, and the Radiant won with only 3 heroes. That was impressive. It was the 3 cores, but still. And I am sure Living Armor playing a part in this. But this Dire has to coordinate their burst a tiny bit better. They got the Spectre to half health, which is really good. But they just needed that tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. Eternal Peen still farming, still looking for more kills, having 13 permanent agility. He has his that buyback set him back quite a bit. Spectre being top of net worth, going for Butterfly next. If this Spectre has a Butterfly, I don't know if they can stop her. Haunt is already killing the supports. The supports, I think you need a Ghost Scepter on the supports just to stop Spectre from instantly jumping you, but then you take additional damage from everything, magic damage. So I don't know. I don't really know what's gonna be the play here. Treant Protector pushing in bottom here. A huge wave coming with catapults. Eternal Peen like my money. Average Peen is keeping the split pushing going quite well. Like I have to say, they are not that behind in terms of buildings. Average Peen is just gonna make it out with the TP, realizing they don't have any stuns. I mean, while the bottom shrine for Radiant has been fallen. And it's getting rough for Dire, I'm not gonna lie. It's getting kinda rough. And we will see how they're gonna try to. Eternal Peen definitely going for the right moves, trying to find pickoffs, and there's the dust, but there's the Will-O-Wisp cutting down the trees to reveal the tree, and so I don't know if that was the best Will-O-Wisp, but it was a nice attempt. Coddle already speeding away with the Force Staff and part 2 fast movement speed. But those are the kills that they need. They need more pickoffs like that. Of course, the question will always be, can they kill Spectre and Ember Spirit in the fight? Those are the 2 targets to kill. Spectre is insanely tanky, and Ember Spirit has a Shiva's Guard now, so has been getting very tanky as well as very mobile, just by the nature of being. Oh, Eternal Peen finding the Ember Spirit. He immediately BKBs and uses his Remnant, but that's a BKB charge, and that's worth it. I mean, it only cost £1, so that's definitely worth it. And Woe saying, hey, we are down here, we need to be careful, they could be going on us. Average Peen just keeping that split pushing going with this Beastmaster into Necronomicon. Getting these tier 2s lower and lower, but there is a Treant, so they are getting healed up a little bit. But bottom tier 2 has fallen. Every small increment of gold counts. Every small increment. Woe having a Force Staff now, very good. Woe realizing, whoopsie, those are people there, not want to be there. And scooting on out of here. Again, lack of taunt is a little bit frustrating for me. not everybody likes or uses those taunts. A nice ward, seeing the runes that are becoming more and more important around 40 minutes. Because 2 runes spawn, and we already see Radiant having vision of both of them. So if there's gonna be a double damage rune, they are gonna be aware of that. And there's a smoke from Dire running directly into the Ember Spirit. Everybody rather confused, and the Sleight of Fist getting out, and a beautiful Ravage catching everybody together with the Will-O-Wisp. Zeus getting immediately killed together with Lion, and this is not the fight for Dire. The miss on the Ember Spirit with any lockdown, that has been rough. They get out their 2 most important cores, but all 3 other players of their team are dead without buyback. This is gonna be a rough high ground fight, but we've seen Eternal Peen. We've seen him do it. We will see if he is gonna be able to do it again. That Ravage by Slinky, beautiful Ravage, catching everybody into Will-O-Wisp by Caudle. It seems like this might be the end of the game. They might have one more fight in them for Dire to fight without Beastmaster. I don't really think you can Mega Creeps let happen. I do think you have to fight against that. Mega Creeps are rough to deal with. And Nimbus already down. Hex onto the Slinky Tidehunter, and Tidehunter's dead. That's the first hero down. Eternal Peen. Basher on the Spectre. He's using his manpower, trying to get out, but this Spectre is getting kited around it. Eternal Peen is getting more and more agility, and Spectre's dead. Woe immediately buying back. Warsar still here, but this Slark has so much agility stolen. He deals a lot of damage, and you can't really be here anymore. And there's the Beastmaster coming with the roar. If they Spectre's dead, like I said, you can't underestimate this Slark. This Slark has been doing it time and time again for Dire's side, keeping them in the game together with beautiful lockdown by all of their teams. They've had a rough game so far, but they are not willing to give up. This is not giving up time, and they're trying to find. And the dust onto the Treant immediately purged by the Yules, but getting stunned, and Sentry put down, and Treant is dead as well. That's 3 people dead. And we see what's gonna happen next. Ooh, those were good kills. They killed Tidehunter first, who didn't have any more Ravage. He has Ravage up now again. Spectre still has buyback and Haunt. If they can make a play with Ravage into Haunt, I do believe this could be rough, but the Dire's push is strong. It's very strong. DD just wore out on the Juggernaut, or I saw wrong. This Slark has 78 agility stolen. He deals so much damage. Will-O-Wisp and buyback on the Treant. Is there gonna be any follow-up on that Will-O-Wisp? Or is Dire just trying to disengage? Warsaw trying to see if he can get anybody chained up. It doesn't seem like it. Good push by Dire. Good push. They didn't manage to grab any barracks, but they got a tier 3. That means shrines are open. Beastmaster is gonna be very much like just gonna sneak into it to take a shrine very fast with his inner beast. Gonna unleash his inner fury and his Necronomicon. Dire is not out of this. They have a very, very fast push, and Radiant has to be careful. They can't really fight when their Ravage is down, and I don't really think they respected that enough in this fight around the mid-racks, but they are going for the objective now. Roche, they see the lanes are getting pushed in, we see where the enemy is, so they're just gonna go for Roche. They have a flash, they have a pipe, they have everything. But it is getting spotted out by Zeus with the Nimbus, but I don't know if they can react to this. They are split up. I do think this is gonna be too late. Juggernaut having Eye of Scotty now. Beastmaster just farmed the jungle right next to it. Eternal Peen jumping in, trying to steal the Aegis. Trying for the big plays. In a situation like this, you have to go for it. You have to go for it. Jumping out, they just want to get everybody out. They just need another high ground fight. How they just had. They can't lose their 2 racks. They just need another high ground fight like that. High ground fight like that. Whew, I can't speak anymore. This is an exciting game. It does look good for Radiant. Not gonna lie. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, and an award is just gonna boop boop. Getting it. And runes, and we see Radiant going for the runes and trying to also get this Beastmaster, but he's just gonna TP out. He again, Spectre doesn't have any lockdown, any stuns to stop that TP. Meanwhile, the Eternal Peen was trying to go for this Ursa, but he just got out. He has an Aghanim Scepter now, being impossible to catch. It's very annoying to play against. Very annoying. Just incredibly annoying. Let's go. Let's see how the buybacks are. I know we've seen a lot this game, but we still have 4 buybacks for each team. Both the position 4 and 5 of each team respectively have lost their buyback. We have used it in a previous fight, but Dire has to react to this. They are focusing on 3 and first. Eternal Peen just wanting some stacks now going on. And there's the Ravage catching absolutely everybody. Eternal Peen getting the BKB off in time. Beautiful reaction. Getting the Basher onto Slinky. Woe is dead. Not being able to buy back. Now this Will-O-Wisp is going to be really strong. Both are going to be caught. Will-O-Wisp ends now. But they got this. They got the Roar on Spectre. Is Spectre going to fall? And the Spectre is dead. But that's just the Aegis. They got the Basher onto the Ember Spirit. And Eternal Peen trying to get another bash on this Spectre, but realizing he has to jump out because of the Ember Spirit. There still is a Rax left. They got the Aegis, they got Treant. Are they gonna be able to continue to hold, or is it just gonna let this Rax go? It just looks like they're gonna let it go. They have 1 more Rax to defend. 1 more Rax before Megas, and I don't know. I mean, they're still gonna continue playing against Megas, but I do think they should fight for it. And there, Coddle is dead. Nice pick off by Eternal Peen. He has 129 stolen agility. You do not fight into this slide. Unless you're Spectre and you're just killing him, I guess. And creeps are pushing the base. Good thing for Dire is they have good wave clear with Zeus, with Juggernaut, with Beastmaster. They are going to be able to hold out against this, but another good hold by Dire. It cost them another buyback on the Zeus, which is unfortunate. And this Ember Spirit, I remember he was 16 and 1, then got 3 deaths, was 18 and 4, and now he's 24 and 4. He realized, hey guys, I'm feeding. How about I not do that? Okay, and so his team was like, yeah, we would actually prefer that, please don't. And so he said, okay. And so he stopped feeding. Dire realizing they kind of need to make a play. They trying to get vision. Whoa, wanting this Aghanim Scepter just to blow up creep waves, just to blow up Spectres and any heroes that are in the way. But this is a tough situation for Dire. Tough situation.
A tool to teach.
Meanwhile, Spectre having his own BKB now, going for an Aghanim Scepter Blessing, wanting that solo kill potential on a this Shadow Step to prevent from a single target of solo kill potential against the support. And well, BKB out of Eternal Peen, and but they are on his ass. They want him dead. They know this Slark has been causing so much trouble. He has buyback, so even if they kill him, he is going to be able to buy back. and another chains into it. And is he gonna be able? And that's a lot of damage onto Warsaw. He is gonna be able to slide of fist, and this is a dead Zeus, dead Lion. Lion is gonna buy back, Slug is gonna buy back, and this is a dead Beastmaster. Beastmark is gonna buy back. They can't fight in this Will-O-Wisp without BKBs. But Silver Edge onto the Spectre, but Spectre just walking away. Coming back in now, not being broken anymore. And Basher onto the Treant Protector. Treant Protector using himself. Hex onto the Spectre. Spectre getting living armored, and Treant is dead. This is no buyback on Treant. In 50 seconds he will have it. But this spin is very, very brave from the from the Juggernaut. And Juggernaut is gonna buy back as well. Being back in the fight, he wants to fight this Spectre, and they see everybody with Slark. Slark is getting the vision for the Hex. Miss on the stun, beautiful blinding light, getting the Spectre out of danger. Spectre turning around, killing the Lion. Lion doesn't have buyback. Lion is out of the fight. Warsaw coming back in, getting bashed by Eternal Peen and the Juggernaut. Juggernaut having a basher as well. Average Peen is getting killed as well. That is no buyback. Eternal Peen trying to put his team on his back, but it might just be a little bit too much. And GG is called by Average Peen. 13 beers at Chili's, taking this first game in 50 minutes. Really long, really beautiful game. Ooh, what a good game. That was a good game. I can't wait for game number 2.